We spend quite a bit of time on 207 with chefs and restaurants because they are important businesses in Maine and because just about everybody loves good food. So when Maine restaurants and chefs earn national recognition, we take notice. 10 Maine chefs and restaurants were just nominated for prestigious James Beard Awards, a few of them in places that may seem surprising. 207's Don Kerrigan got the chance to share the story of one of them.
Yes, so when you think of award-winning Maine restaurants, you typically are going to think of Portland, maybe Kennebunkport or Camden, places like that. You likely don't think about Milo, a small town in Piscataquis County, or a brew pub. Fortunately for all of us, the James Beard Award folks did. So I jumped in the car with photojournalist Steve Sherburne, who grew up in Milo, to go up and meet Joe Robbins. Milo always called itself a friendly town. Joe Robbins has been making himself a lot of friends here with gravy.
So this is our beef gravy. Goes on our poutine, on our parsnip mash, to go with our world famous meatloaf.
And meatloaf, which if it isn't world famous yet, deserves to be.
That's excellent. Thank you.
The word about Joe's meatloaf and everything else he cooks is definitely getting around. He's executive chef at Bissell Brothers Three Rivers, a brew pub in Milo, but it's also getting noticed for its kitchen.
I mean, we're trying to be 100% Maine.
Just about everything they serve is grown in Maine, he says, and just about everything on the menu is made from scratch at this three-person kitchen.
As you can see, you can look around everywhere. There's no measuring cups. We literally don't portion anything. Everything is kind of what it needs to be day to day. We kind of pride ourselves on that a little bit too.
That pride has been sizzling ever since the news that Joe has been named a semifinalist for the National James Beard Award, kind of the Oscars for the restaurant world, nominated in the category of Best Emerging Chef. You're cooking in a brew pub.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Which people might tend to think, okay, that's basic pub food.
Yeah, and we take a lot of pride in that. I mean, we're certainly the working man's beverage, and we approach food in somewhat of a fancier, upscale way, but I don't think anything on our menu is unapproachable to the common person.
Joe says he graduated Old Town High School in 2008 and soon decided he wanted to cook. His first job was at a golf course, then several more, learning as he went. And when the Bissell Brothers of Portland, who grew up in Milo, decided their hometown brew pub needed to add a kitchen, they called in Joe.
Finding the right people and letting them branch out has been our best success.
And it's working.
Yeah, yes.
It's working in part because of Joe's own competitive drive.
Definitely, I mean, there's a competitive spirit to this whole team. And certainly in the beginning days of opening this, that's always the kind of, well, why are you doing that? That's fancy food that they do down in Portland. That doesn't belong here.
He is winning them over.
And I think that's something that every town in Maine kind of knows. If you want to get people to come, you really have to take care of home first. And that was our big goal.
Clearly it's worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And part of it is by remembering his own heritage. Joe grew up on Indian Island in Old Town, a member of the Penobscot tribe.
We do serve Navajo tacos, which is a fry bread taco. We use bison that's grown right here in Maine in Eustis.
Those Navajo tacos are a crowd favorite. The dough hand-formed, then fried, then the bison meat, then the garnish, then on to the hungry, happy customers.
These are beautiful.
Noah Bissell says Joe's food and his newfound fame are bringing customers in.
Hopefully someday it's not like, guys, remember the beer. But right now that balance is in a beautiful place.
Joe says he might want to move on to a bigger stage one day, but not soon. There is much to still be done here in Milo.
Our kitchen in particular is 3 people, really hard workers. we want to prove that we're right up there with Portland. Yeah.
Do you think you are?
Oh, absolutely. We're on the list, aren't we?
Good for you. Yeah. A place where the competitive fire may be as hot as the stove, and where good food may keep making new friends. Now, right now, Bissell Brothers Three Rivers in Milo is open Thursdays through Sundays. Those hours probably expand in the summer when more vacationers are around at their camps up that way. And if you're not familiar with Milo, it's not that bad a drive. Just head up I-95, a little bit north of Old Town. Take the Milo-LaGrange exit, and it's about a half hour from there. And by the way, Joe says that while they believe their food is on a par with Portland, the prices are not. You can still get that meatloaf dinner, $16.95.
That is a deal.
Worth the trip.
Thank you, Don.
Yep.